lads, and welcome back to another video, and this one is going to be looking at all the kits that have been released, to my knowledge, for the new season. It's a pretty self-explanatory video this. I'm just going to look at the kits that I've seen released online. As I said, it's only the ones that I've actually seen that have been released, so if I have missed out your club, or there is a kit that you know has been released that I've missed out in this video, then let me know in the comments. I'll maybe do a part 2 to this video, but there is quite a lot of kits involved in this video, so there may or may not be a part 2. Just depends on how many other kits are yet to be released. I think at least half of the Spfl have released their kits now. Without further ado, let's get into it. There's a mixed bag here. There's most of them being Premiership, Championship and a couple of League One. Anyway, let's get into it. So first up is Aberdeen. Now, when this kit initially got released, it got quite a bit of backlash. It got quite a bit of negativity around it, and maybe a bit of a kind of Marmite reaction because you either loved it or you hated it. And that was the case with both the home and away kits. In my personal opinion, when I saw them, I didn't have that reaction. I liked pretty much both of them. The home kit, as you can see on the screen right now, is one that is a clear Aberdeen kit. It's a plain red kit with the thick bands on the sleeves and on the collar. Now the band's obviously white to go along with the Aberdeen colours again, and I think the main criticism of this one was how thick those bands actually are, the white bands around the collar and the sleeves, but I don't really see much of a gripe with that. I think it was just kind of a wee bit nitpicky if there was a main issue with that, because at the end of the day it is just a plain Aberdeen kit and it's very clear to see that that is an Aberdeen kit. So in my opinion, that one is a decent enough kit. If I'm going to rate these, which I might as well do, adds a bit of spice to the video I suppose, I would give this one an 8 out of 10. It's nothing fancy, but you can clearly see it's an Aberdeen kit. And then as far as the away kit goes, I believe there wasn't much issues with this one because, as you can see, the bands are smaller, the black bands on the sleeves and the collar, and I think the main issue was that the kit was broken up by the sponsor in the centre of it with a kind of line border thing at the top and bottom of it, which kind of breaks up the kit and doesn't really make it a seamless flow right the way through. So I think that's probably the main gripe with this one. I can see where people are coming from with that. For this one, I'm going to mark it down from the home kit because of that block in the middle that breaks it up. It isn't the most visually appealing thing, so I'm going to have to give it a 7. Now moving on to the Championship, the first Championship team, and it's Ayr United. Now they've released their kit in association with Hummel, and they did a collaboration with Stonewaller magazine, who did it really well. They did both their home and away kit, and I'll touch on their away kit in just a minute. Now this Ayr United home kit is very similar to the Aberdeen one. You can clearly tell it's an Ayr United kit. And yet again, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because I think Hummel have just done a really good simplistic job, and I like the addition of the Hummel arrows down the shoulders. And then the away kit, a very Marmite kit this one, and I think it was more in the case of people hated it than they loved it, so maybe not even Marmite. I'm one that loves it though. I really like it. The green and purple mix and contrasting variegated colours, I just really liked it. I'm going to have to give it as high a rating as the Aberdeen one, and maybe even more because they've went out of the comfort zone of football kits and created something that I really enjoyed. So I'm going to have to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I know a lot of people will not agree with that one, but it's a personal opinion, it really is. I understand if you don't like the kit. Now moving on to Dundee, yet another Championship team. Their home kit again, a very standard Dundee kit. They've had this type of kit many times. I'm going to have to give it an 8 once again. That's probably going to be the standard rating for a kit that has no problems with it. I have no issues with it, and it just is a plain and simple kit that represents that club. So Dundee's home kit, 8 out of 10. Their away kit, they've tried to go with a bit of difference. I expected when I was seeing the teaser tweets that they were putting out and the lead up to this kit being revealed, I was expecting a wee bit more. They were showing the kind of flashes of blue and red within the kit, and obviously it's only ended up being on the sleeves, which is a bit of a letdown in my opinion. It is quite a smart kit overall. It's simplistic, it does the job, and it is a bit of a different one. I'm going to give it probably an 8 again because it's simplistic, has a wee bit of a difference. I just wish there was a bit more variegation in that kind of design that's on the sleeves. Don't know what word to describe it with. Now Dunfermline's kits, I've done my reaction to these, and I've actually got a different opinion now on pretty much both of them, because I've now seen them on a human body after we signed a couple of players the other day. The home kit I now rate as like a 9 out of 10, possibly even a 10 out of 10. I always say that nothing's perfect, so I'm going to stick with a 9, but it's near enough perfect. Jesus. In the away kit, I'm still kind of at qualms with the neck, like the neck bit where the red and the black kind of interlink with each other, and I just think they should have pushed the black and white lines up in the middle right to the neckline, but that's my only qualm with it. I do like it overall, so I'm going to have to give that probably a 7.5 out of 10 just because of that wee issue I have with the neck bit. Greenock Morton's home kit, very Morton kit, 8 out of 10. Standard, very simplistic, nice to look at I suppose, but other than that there isn't much change, so I can't really talk about it too much. And Morton's away kit for next season I believe is staying the exact same, but I wanted to talk about it anyway because I think it's a lovely kit and I think it suits Morton down to the ground. I don't know why it suits Morton, like I just think it does. I'm going to have to give that an 8.5 out of 10 because I really like it. I like it more than the home kit and I think it really suits them. For whatever reason my brain's telling me that. Now the wee team's kits, Wraith Rovers. Hello lads. Both their home and away kit are the same design but different colours. I like the kind of difference in design. I'm not sure if it's my favourite, really. I would put it probably, both of them being a 7 out of 10 at a push. It's fine, it's nice, it's different, but I just don't like it enough to go crazy about it. I mean, why would I? I'm a Dunfermline fan, but you know what I mean. I don't appreciate it enough to rate it any higher than a 7. Hearts. 8 out of 10, standard Hearts kit, nice sponsor, nice wee detailing on the sleeves with the yellow, white and then up into the maroon for the full kit, standard, 8 out of 10. Inverness, this one was met with a bit of a different opinion online due to the hexagonal kind of features within the kit, but I like it a lot. There was comparisons as well to Crystal Palace, which I can see those comparisons very easily, but this kit I think just screams class. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's very nearly perfect. Like seriously, they've done a very good job on this one in my opinion. Queen of the South is very standard. The home kit is definitely getting an 8 out of 10 because it's just so basic Queen of the South. There is nothing to say about it. The away kit, being yellow, makes a bit of difference, but I actually think it looks quite like too, I don't want to say tacky, cheap, that type of words, because that's really critical, but in my opinion it probably is nearer that description than anything else, so I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. I'm not a fan. Alloa's kit, very Alloa this one, and I believe it looks very similar to kits I've had in the past. It's not my favourite Alloa kit that I've seen. It definitely is probably a worse choice than they had last season in my opinion, but it's very Alloa. It's black and gold, I suppose. I see that as more of an orange colour, but that's by the by. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I'm going to give it that wee mark down just because I think last season's was better. Up into the Premiership again, Motherwell. Really nice kit this. A really retro feel to it and one that just screams class in my opinion. If they go with the no sponsor thing that they did last year, then I'm right behind this kit. It's simplistic, it's nice. They've marketed it in a brilliant way as well. I love it. If it has the no sponsor, it'll get a 9 out of 10, but for now, it gets an 8 out of 10 because it's just a standard Motherwell kit, but they've done a really nice job with it. Keep the sponsor off it, and it gets a mark up. St Mirren's home and away kits were ones that I didn't quite know when I first saw them because they were brought out in digital form before we saw them on the players, obviously, because players hadn't returned to training, etc. They were all on furlough, and I really do like them now that I've seen them on the players, which is the pictures that I'll be putting up on screen right now. The home kit has got a really nice collar to it. It's just a smart looking kit. It's very streamlined on the players. I don't imagine people of weight being able to wear this one with very much ease. As with most football kits these days, they're not exactly built for bigger people, but nonetheless, the away kit, I'm yet to be quite sold on. It's not my ideal choice. I don't like the wee kind of fade of black in the middle. I'm not a big fan of that. So the home kit for me gets a 9 out of 10, and the away kit, 7.5, maybe even a 7. I'm just not as big a fan of the away kit as the home one. Partick Thistle's home kit is going to get Probably the lowest rating of the video, 6.5. I'm not a fan. It breaks up too much. The stripes aren't there. It's a unique looking kit, but it's just too unique in my opinion. It's like too out of the ordinary. Just not, nah. I'm not a fan. As I said, the stripes break up too much. 6.5 out of 10. Lowest rating of the video. Stranraer FC have done a fantastic job with this kit. Simplistic, so nice. They've done the retro badge, which, as you know, I love retro things. It gets massive tick marks for me. 9 out of 10, definitely. Dumbarton's kit looks like a training kit to me. Both of them. Both the home and away kit look like training kits. The home kit, I'm going to have to give it probably a 6.5 out of 10, so that's joint lowest. I'm not a fan. I don't think it looks like a football kit enough. It looks like a training kit. And the same with the away kit, 6.5 out of 10. The lowest overall club rating of the video for home and away kits. They're too training kit-like for me. Airdrieonians are up next, and with our promotional image for this, well done on the Photoshop, lads. Really good job on putting Sean Crichton into that kit there. But aside from that, their kit is very Airdrie. They've even done a really nice job with the sleeves and the neckline, so I'm going to have to give it an 8.5 out of 10. That wee jump up from the standard rating because of that really lovely job they've done with the neckline and the sleeves. Ross Counties, I don't know. I just don't know about these ones. I think they're too basic. I think I'm just never going to really fall in love with these ones ever. I just don't like the colours put together. The home kit's fine, I suppose. I could give that an 8 out of 10 because it's very Ross County looking, but the away kit I think looks a bit cheap. So I'm going to have to give that a 7. It's been quite generous to that one though because I'm not in love with it at all. And finally, Rangers. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. They've done a really good job on it. It's Castor's first kit with Rangers, and it's a very nice addition to their new range with Rangers. They've got a very nice overall look to it. The piping on the sleeves and the neckline, again, good job on that. I really like a kit that's got a good neckline and stuff, so they've done a really good job on that. And aside from that, it's a really nice standard Rangers kit. But that's it for this video, guys. Cheers for watching. There'll be more kits out in the near future, I suppose, so I'll probably will end up doing another video of this. Like this video if you did enjoy it. Comment down below your thoughts on all of the kits that have come out so far. What one's your favourite? What do you think of your own team's kit as well? Subscribe for more of this type of content, and until the next video, I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.